next topic here, Lana. There's this, and I apologize for having to play this nonsense, but this guy, Stephen Miller, is one of the worst human beings on the planet. He was on CNN today, and he was talking about celebrating all the cuts that Elon Musk is finding, and why is everybody else not celebrating this, and why are you not doing this? This is him and his exchange on CNN with oh shoot, what's her name? We'll figure it out when we get back.
Stephen, I don't think anyone...
Then why are you not celebrating these cuts? If you agree there is waste, if you agree there is abuse, if you agree there is corruption, why are you not celebrating the cuts, the reforms that are being instituted? Every day that no action is taken, the entire salaries of American workers that are taxed disappear forever.
Stephen, let's calm down.
This is not...
We're not having a debate.
There's no reason
about whether there are places...
Well, you are clearly trying to debate me, and I will be as excited as I want to be about the fact that we are saving Americans billions of dollars, that we are ending the theft and waste and grift and corruption, that we are stopping American taxpayer dollars from subsidizing a rogue federal bureaucracy that has been relentlessly weaponized against the American people.
Okay.
Yeah, the waste, grift, and corruption is coming from them.
From the motherfucker that spent $8 million to drive around the fucking Daytona course. Stop.
Correct. $30 million to go to the Super Bowl. Another $8 million. I literally, Lana, I was on the TikTok live today, and somebody said that was one of the strongest things they've ever seen. I said, wait a minute. What? Do you realize Donald Trump, first of all, wasn't driving? You know that, right? He was sitting in the back seat of a car. And somebody literally said that was just so strong and so awesome. I was like, you people, this is why I call you losers and flying monkeys, because I don't want to say mean, awful things about you. But when you sit there and tell me that because a guy wasted our money to sit in the back seat of a limo while a guy drove around a track makes him a strong person, you're a fucking loser. You're a loser. And I tell you that not to insult you. I tell you that so you get the help that you need. I know your family has probably said to you numerous times, please just go see this therapist. Please, I'm begging you. And maybe if other people outside of the family tell him that he's a loser, then maybe he'll get the help that he needs. That's all. I'm doing it as a service, Lana.
These dudes have no idea what the fuck a man is. Like if they're
they don't.
If they're looking at that wimpy motherfucker and that fucking Steve Miller right there, who I kept envisioning like an anvil on a cartoon, like fucking coming down on his head.
Right.
That's a strong guy. Something's fucking wrong with you. It's like when you have to yell to try to prove your point. No, they're swindlers, right? I will give them that. They're good at grifting and being swindlers and knowing how to talk to MAGA so that you guys believe them. But these motherfuckers are weak because people who want to deny history, people who can't stand a book called Freckle Fucking Face because it teaches little kids to be strong.
That's like Julianne Moore's book, right?
Exactly. Dudes like that, you're saying who ban books and fucking libraries, oh wow, you stuck it to the libs, you strong. Y'all are a bunch of impotent motherfuckers. Y'all couldn't find your dicks if you had a magnifying glass.
I mean, that to me is truer words could not have been spoken. And that really, at the end of the day, Lana asked, you're not a man, because that's my response now to any one of these fucking morons that ask me what is a woman. I always tell them, look, let's skip the woman part. You guys need to explain to me what a man is, because you guys bow down to these men who bow down to other men, and you are all so pathetic. You're all fucking losers. But this was a clip last night, Lana, from 60 Minutes, and they did a really good piece, and they were asking somebody who studied the USAID, and he made it clear that not only is the USAID a great program, but it is one of the most accountable, if not the most accountable program in America right now.
Said, quote, "Billions of dollars have been stolen. The whole thing is a fraud."
It's utter nonsense. The most accountable aid agency in the world is USAID. I've written actually widely on this subject. 40% of the staff are accountants and lawyers and people trying to make sure no money is stolen. We've created systems to monitor that. What they did was they went back 20 years to try to find things. If you have to go back 20 years to find abuse, that means there isn't that much abuse.
USAID's spending in 2023 was $38 billion. That's less than 1% of the federal budget. Natsios told us there is waste and occasional fraud like any big agency. Think of the Pentagon. But the money, he says, is watched by officials, including those in the OMB, the Office of Management and Budget.
The question is, why did the Congress approve all these contracts and grants and programs all these years? Why did OMB approve them? Why did the State Department, the F Office controls all foreign aid spending. Every line item in the USAID budget is approved by 3 different bodies, the F Office, OMB, and the Congressional Oversight Committees, of which there are 4. No one caught all these horrible abuses? That's just not believable.
DOGE arrived at USAID January 27th, and that same day, USAID's top 58 managers were given 45 minutes to get out. The 58 senior managers, how would you describe them?
They're the best professionals I've had the privilege to work with or work under. Their integrity is without question. I think to a person, they believe in the mission of USAID and they believe in the ideals of public service.
Yeah, Lana, watching that is heartbreaking because these are real people with real jobs who have done a service for this country for decades. And now we have to involve ourselves in this insane nonsense with people who do not have the best interest of the country or the people who live in this country. They have the biggest and best interest for themselves. And unfortunately, you have these people who have to come on to 60 Minutes and go, man, this is just not right. This is bad.
I'm happy that they're speaking out, right? Like sometimes you won't even get that part, but I'm happy that they are speaking out. And it's pretty pathetic too, because at the end of the day, of course, we know that this is not for abuse and fraud, that's not what they're looking for. But what they are doing is trying to do stunts and shows, right? Like this is all about you seeing the big firing. We're going to keep doing this. So every day, all the news is talking about it, whether it's good or it's bad. It looks like this administration is moving. There's something churning. Like that's all they want to do. It's just with the deportations, right? So they got to amp up this firing because you don't hear enough about the deportations right now, right? Because they're not even releasing the numbers because they're not meeting the targets that they thought that they were going to be meeting, right? And that's why they're putting out that ad buy. Did you see that? Fucking $8 million on 2 ads that what the fuck's that? Bondi or whatever her name's going to be.
Pam Bondi.
Right. And having that stupid video with them catching, all the brown people and there's the fentanyl and, the propaganda video so that they can put that back into the news again, too. And that's just really what they do. Fucking stunts and shows. I really think by winter, as it starts to get warmer and warmer, we're going to see more and more people protest, be out in front of, because they're already out in front of, it's cold and they were out in New York protesting. I just think there's going to be so many more people as it starts to get a little warmer and it's, yeah.
Yeah, yesterday it was President's Day, by the way. So I wished Elon Musk happy President's Day. But you're right. There were thousands. There were thousands rallied against President, well, it says Trump here, but I think they misspelled Musk, in D.C. and across the U.S. on Monday to protest policies, including his administration efforts to make sweeping cuts to government agencies and to push to deport undocumented immigrants. In fact, there is an actual movement, the 50-51 movement. It's a grassroots effort that calls for 50 protests in 50 states and also features signs protesting President Musk, the billionaire face of DOGE. So I agree with you. There's going to be protests, which are going to be great. But at the end of the day, protests aren't going to just cut it. That's not just protests. It's going to have to be an effort from all people. And it's going to have to take an effort from not just people like me and you and Baby Juggernaut and Angel and DA. Oh, DA's here. Hey, DA, it's good to join. And I'll get to your comment in a minute because I want to read your comment. It's going to take an effort of all of us, and it's going to take an effort of people on that other side who are either real Republicans who are not buying into this, or the Trump voter who are realizing that, damn it, I made a fucking mistake. In fact, I was talking to a friend of mine today. She grew up in a very Christian household. Her father is a pastor, and he's one of these big Trump guys. And the other day, he admitted to his son that I think I may have made a mistake this time, which my friend told me today. She said, you don't understand how big that is. That's a big, big deal. But before I get to the comments here, I want to play one last clip. This is Jared Moskowitz, who is part of the DOGE caucus. And he was on CNN. What's her name? Keeler? Do you know? Do you have any idea?
I don't watch CNN.
I know. I don't either. I know her last name is Keeler, and it starts with a B. I want to say her first name starts with a B. So if anybody knows, put it in the comments. But this is Jared Moskowitz. He's part of the DOGE caucus, and he is giving everybody the information exactly of what DOGE is doing.
Is the DOGE committee that Elon is leading in the executive, and then there's the DOGE caucus, which is what I'm a member of in Congress. And I joined that because we were told that this is where the discussion is going to happen. That being said, there's been no discussion. Elon's been doing it all himself. We've had meetings. It's been bipartisan. We've had good discussions. But it doesn't seem like the caucus is included on, what DOGE is finding. We were told Elon's going to audit it and make recommendations to Congress. So look, I'm going to stay for now. But at some point in time, the caucus may just be irrelevant because Congress is not being included, even though it's our constitutional duty to either fund or cut these programs.
You're a member of the DOGE caucus, as you clarified. Are you getting any information about what they're doing, what systems they're targeting, the conflict of interest concerns here with Elon Musk and eliminating some of these agencies such as the Consumer Protection Bureau, Financial Protection Bureau? I mean, are you getting any information as a member of Congress?
No, we're finding out like you via tweets.
From reporters.
Yeah, we're exactly right. And so, it doesn't appear to be any communication between what Elon is doing and the caucus. It seems that Congress is behind and being left out, considering this is our function. Again,
these are the people who keep talking about transparency, Lana. Elon Musk is talking about transparency, and you literally have somebody who is on the DOGE caucus who's being told, we're finding out the same way you're finding out, and it's through the news. And to me, again, that's why I don't want to hear from these fucking people, is that they are always talking about Elon Musk is doing this, he's doing that, he's saving America, and Elon Musk is talking about transparency, and we're going to tell people the truth, and we're going to do this, but it's clearly not the case.
I mean, because we know, there's never going to be, they're going around talking about all it takes is one person to lie, right? Now the big lie is, we got to go into the Social Security because they're paying, people who are 150 to 220 years old, and that can't be, and they're still getting checks. That is not true, right? But that's the thing that the MAGA is saying. They're still on the payrolls, right? And that happens with a lot of these systems. People don't fall off, and that is a problem. But those people aren't getting millions of dollars in checks. People get, there were people that they found were overpaid, right? And we know that because the special inspectors report, right? Because they're special inspectors have done reports. There have been 2. So why fire those special inspectors? Why not keep them there, have them continue their investigations and do another report? Because you know what we're not going to get? a report from Elon. We're going to get him and his kid in front of the resolution desk, his kid putting boogies on there, and Musk just saying whatever the fuck he want, pulling numbers out of a hat. Like, that's not proof. That's not citing sources. That's not evidence. He comes with no papers. There's no fucking paperwork. He comes to these stupid pressers and he doesn't even show a piece of fucking paper that has a list of people that he can read off and say, these people are still being paid. Like, he doesn't even do that.